This podcast is supported by MIDI Health. Are you in midlife, feeling dismissed, unheard, or just plain tired of the old healthcare system? You're not alone. In fact, even today, 75% of women seeking care for menopause and perimenopause issues are left entirely untreated. But it's time for a change. It's time for MIDI. MIDI's not just a healthcare provider. It's a women's telehealth clinic founded and supported by world-class leaders in women's health. Their clinicians provide one-on-one, face-to-face consultations where they truly listen to your unique needs. They offer a full range of holistic, data-driven solutions that isn't one-size-fits-all care. This is care uniquely tailored for you. At MIDI, you will find that their mission is clear: to help all women thrive in midlife, giving them access to the healthcare they deserve. Because they believe midlife isn't the middle at all. It is the beginning of your second act. Ready to feel your best and write your second act script? Visit joinmidi.com today to book your personalized, insurance-covered virtual visit. That's joinmidi.com. MIDI, the care women deserve.
This week, the girls take a trip to the Snatch Game of Love Island. On the runway, the category is 80s Ladies. On the main stage, Ninni Coco was named the winner of the challenge, while Kenya Pleaser and Mia Starr were placed in the bottom two, forcing them to face off in a lip-sync battle for their lives. In the end, Kenya was told "Shantae, you stay," while Mia Starr was asked to sashay away. It's season 18, episode 8 of RuPaul's Drag Race, and this is the big takeaway. Welcome to the big takeaway for RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18, Episode 8, titled Snatch Game of Love Island Edition. My name's Joe Batanz, and I am joined, as always, by our very own Island. From Buddy Podcast, she's the goddess of glitz, glamour, goth, gossip, and gore herself. Give it up for the one, the only Miss Lauri K. Rottenkamp. Hello, Laurian.
Hello.
Lauri just made a weird face, which just reminded me she got an email today from me. Someone messaged me on Instagram.
I did?
Well, you didn't message me. Someone sent me a message for you on Instagram.
No, I got an email. You never emailed me.
No. I didn't email you. Someone sent me a message on Instagram for you.
Oh, God. I feel like my grandma.
Yeah, and I have to be honest with you. Where did this go? Oh, just have to move this. People might not understand what it means. If you don't, you got to subscribe to the basic. I always do subscribe to the $3 basic level, to be honest with you, to get the tea. But I'm going to read it here anyway, because we don't record the tea for a while. Hey, longtime listener and medical esthetician here. I was just listening to the most recent episode of the tea, and I wanted to let Lauri know that rosacea can be from mites, so her dermatologist and ophthalmologist are both right. She probably needs a prescription cream with ivermectin in it the dermatologist can prescribe.
Okay.
I like how anyone who doesn't listen to the tea is like very confused.
Well, I think they can get what's going on. My dermatologist has told me I have rosacea. My ophthalmologist said it's not rosacea, it's mites. And I'm allergic. Everybody has mites, I guess. Or I don't know. That my dermatologist or my ophthalmologist just told me that so I wouldn't feel bad. But apparently everyone has mites, and mites live in your eyebrows and your eyelids, and then they feed off your oils. And,
can I chime in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very choosy about where we live. We're not on everybody. But you were an ideal host.
Oh, I was.
We saw
okay.
you. We were like, this is manna from heaven, what we're getting here. This is the place. This is the chosen land, the promised land.
Yeah.
I call it Galestine. Thank you.
Thank you. So anyway, so she's right. She's right.
Oh, the
yeah.
esthetician, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I do have I wonder, what was the thing again? Could you text it to me? Because I have to make an ophthalmology and a doctor's appointment, so.
I will do that. I will send you a text message.
Yeah, text me what it said.
Yeah, and by the way, this is just a reminder. You can always get a hold of me and Laura. You can message me on Instagram at my personal Instagram, Joe Batance, at Joe Batance. I see all the messages. Oh, speaking of, I do want to talk about a message that I got on Patreon, which was really weird.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll tell you why it's weird in a second. And sorry, I coughed there. It was all the mites I have. And then, but also you can leave us a voicemail at speakpipe.com/afterthoughtmedia. We play the voice memos, usually on a show called The Rumor Mill, but we'll play the voicemails here if it's relevant to
why not?
The big takeaway. Oh, I want to talk about this more on Rulaska Thoughts, because I think this is a Rulaska Thoughts topic, but it'll probably come up on every episode because I want all of the hosts to have a chance to respond.
Okay.
So let me give, I mean, I'll tell you what I want to hear your response first. Someone wrote in on a comment.
Okay.
On the recap episode, actually. Not
on Patreon?
On Patreon.
Okay.
On Patreon, on the recap episode. Do you guys even like the show? Okay. And the reason I thought that was weird, that is a common comment that we get, but we get it usually on what do you call it? On the public feed. You know, because people just do the public feed, you know?
Yeah.
But we never get it on Patreon, if you think about it, because if they self-select, in other words, if you're signing up as a free member or a paid member of Patreon, you've listened to the show, you know what the show is, and so you're like, I want to hear more of it, so I'm going to sign up for Patreon. It's unusual.
Yeah.
That's something, and so I'm like, have you seen the show, Tamar?
Yeah. What I would reply is, do you even like the show, which is the recap show?
I did reply.
Oh, okay.
I did reply, and this is what I said. This is true. Now look. I said actually on the recap, I can only speak for myself. On the recap, I think I've been fairly neutral or slightly positive with this cast, if I'm being honest. And we've even talked on the show about how the show is enjoyable to watch. I don't have a problem watching the episodes, where some seasons I do. And I think any of the problems that we've had on the show have to do with choices by the producers. So not coming against the girls, but choices that the producers, the people who run the show, choices that they've made. Now, obviously, we're going to make criticisms of personal and personality choices, but that's the nature of covering a reality show. But this is what I said, Lauri, and then I'll let you respond.
Okay.
And this is true. This is not true for everybody. This is true for this person, right? I hope they hear this. I'll say their name from another one. I just don't have their name in front of me. I said, listen, come on an episode. And I'm being honest when this person hears this. If you tell me the episode, you can come on as a third co-host. I will not be mean. I will not let Nathan be mean to you. We will be very nice. I'll just do what we always do, and then we'll throw to you. Okay? We'll throw to you, the person who comes on, and then you can be a participant on the recap. Because here's what I'll say, Lauri. Every host that starts with us, they kind of have the same, oh, you guys are negative thing. And then they start it's one thing to just watch the show.
Yeah.
And then it's another show to watch it with a critical eye. And when you do, you start going like, oh.
And recap it. I think if you're recapping something, it has to be critical in some ways. Maybe I'm probably more critical than most people. But I think that, you know, if it was just a love fest, it would be so boring.
Yes.
If you just went on and said everything about this episode was great, I loved it. First off, it'd be very short. Yeah. And secondly, it would be very boring. So you have what it reminds me of is we have another show we do called Hello Uglies. Mm-hmm. And we had done it on Patreon for a couple months, and then you decided to put it on
the public feed.
The public feed. And then we found out that there was another podcast called Hello Uglies that started. And what's funny is we actually started before them, but we were on Patreon first.
Yeah.
So they then changed their name to OG Hello Uglies.
Yes.
And
which was one of my favorite shows.
Yeah. And, you know, say what you will about the show. We maybe criticized it a little too much. But their fans, and they would always say that we didn't like the show.
Yeah.
Because we were recapping Dragula. And it was like, I would listen to some of the episodes, and the things we were saying are the same things
They were saying the same things we did, yeah.
Yeah. And so in no point were we more critical than them.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think there has to be some level of criticism.
And you know, there's a problem too when, like, if you don't listen to this person listens to recap, but if you don't listen to the recap, you know, because it's not on the public feed right now. If you want to know what it sounds like when someone has nothing to say about the show, I mean, listen to Nathan. You know, I'll be like, Nathan, what do you think of this thing? He'll be like, it's all right.
He's so close to quitting, Joe. I'm just letting you know. Like, you gotta be careful. He's 1 foot out the door. Since our guy left, I feel like he's just ready to blow shit up. So,
no, Nathan and I love each other.
What?
Nathan and I love each other.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, okay, but this is actually a good episode because this person listening, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know where Lauri stands, but you're not going to like this episode. Just tune out right now.
No.
So let's get into it. We already talked about it. It was the Snatch Game. I don't know what, and this is what I'm saying. Going to the producers, actually, look, I'm going to take some issue with some of the girls, but a lot of my problem is with the producers changing it for no reason to the Snatch Game of Love Island edition.
Yeah.
And which is unfair because these girls prepped for the other Snatch Game, which is mean to pull the rug out from under them.
Yeah,
like this.
and then also make them look like the idiots.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, hire, attractive men, but duds.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Jay's boyfriend, Paul, was one of the people, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, one of the guy, the meteor guy, meteor, the bigger guy, he actually is an actor. He was on Mid-Century Modern.
Oh, he was?
He makes out with Matt Bomer. He plays like a Mormon who's goes to Fire Island to have sex with a man before he gets married to a woman. So
Lauri's our resident, like, where actors, what random shows actors. Lauri was boring me today on the freeway about Rizzoli and Isles and the history of the actresses on the show.
You called me about it.
She's like, oh, Angie Harmon's on it, and like telling me all about it. And
I know one of the actors.
Yeah.
Is that exciting for you? That's my new voice that you do.
Well, as a fan of Rizzoli and Isles, I thought you would want to know that 30 years ago,
I'm not a fan of Rizzoli.
I don't know if I hung out with Rizzoli or Isles.
I don't know. I don't remember which who's who. I watched 4 episodes. So no, I'm not a fan of the show.
Anyway, so Ninni Coco won the thing, which we'll talk about that. I have opinions on that. And then the bottom 2 were Mia Starr and Kenya Pleaser, and they did a lip sync, and Mia Starr went home. Lauri, did the right queen win the challenge? Were the right 2 queens in the bottom, and did the right queen get the chop? Let's say you went one by one. Did the right queen win the challenge?
Yes.
Oh, you believe the right queen won the challenge?
Yes.
Solely on the Snatch Game?
Solely on the Snatch Game.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. I called it afterwards, except for the bottom. But then I realized later on it's because I like Mia Starr. So I kept saying, Kenya Pleaser's going home.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I like Mia. I want Mia Starr to stay on. So that's why I keep saying it. But Mia Starr, unfortunately, was not up to par this episode.
Oh, interesting.
However, I argue we'll go to this.
The right queen won. We're talking about Ninni Coco winning the challenge.
Okay. Yeah. No, I think she did a great job.
Okay, I'm not saying she didn't do a good job. I'm saying I thought Mikey Meeks was better, but that the outfit killed her.
What, the runway outfit?
Yeah.
No. First off,
you didn't like the Drew Barrymore?
Drew Barrymore was good, but somebody's already done Drew Barrymore. People have done Drew Barrymore. This Ninni Coco brought somebody that nobody's done before and made him funny. I mean, I thought that was automatic win for me.
But Mikey, they weren't funny with this Drew Barrymore, and
but so many people have done Drew Barrymore.
Can I tell you they showed the queen who played her? And I know they said her name. When I was writing my notes, I could not remember her name. I know it's not Dawn.
Didn't she win the competition?
She might have. Is her name like Wisdom or something?
I think she wasn't this during the COVID times or something.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is. I mean, I know she won. And she's the one who's going to die or something because of disease or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Who's the one that has that has like the stiff person's disease?
Oh, that's not
stiff, but their joints. Yeah.
Something Dallo syndrome. Is this? I love how it's my biggest TikTok. She won season 11. Why can't I remember her name?
Oh, Evie Oddly.
Evie Oddly. Thank you.
Is that it?
It is Evie Oddly. Yeah. So anyway, if you're going purely Snatch Game, not including the runway, I personally think that Mikey had it.
I think Mikey did an amazing job. I'm not denying that. What I'm saying is that nobody has done that character. For example, what I would even go so far as to say is if Discord actually did a good job, I would say she was a contender. I think she did a passable job, but I think if she had done the Chicago Pope, actually done like a specific Pope and done it in a funny way, I think she would have been a contender because nobody's seen that before.
Yeah.
And I think that has value.
Yeah.
Mikey Meeks did an amazing job as Drew Barrymore, but she would have had to go above and beyond to be funnier than a fresh new person that nobody's seen that's also funny.
I still disagree, but whatever. Whatever. That's the great thing about this show is we can disagree.
Yes.
And then I can go on my other shows and talk shit about you, what a dummy you are.
There you go. And then Nathan's gonna go, okay.
Yeah, and he's gonna be like, I'm not from New Zealand.
Yeah.
All right. Next we have were the right two queens in the bottom.
So I'm torn by this because for most of the episode I was like, oh, Kenya's going home. Mm-hmm. And then when they started doing the lip sync, I was like, oh, Mia, you're going home. The reason I say I'm torn is that if we looked at how they did in the competition as a whole, I think hands down Mia Starr should have stayed. Kenya Pleaser has just been a disappointment. And I know that sounds harsh, but
So you're saying but they should have been in the bottom too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they should have been the bottom too. I thought Juicy's was just okay enough to get her out of the bottom. It wasn't good.
I think they needed 3 people. I didn't think Juicy's was as bad as they made it out to be. In fact, I would say, why was Darlene nowhere? Why was Darlene safe?
I think Darlene started off strong and then ended badly. And I think it's the fact that she started off strong that saved her.
Okay.
Although I will say that when she started laughing at her own stuff, I was like, oh, that's a cardinal sin. Like, she should have been,
Yes.
RuPaul should have said something.
Lauren Michaels would have fired her. And I'm going to say, when Juicy came out and introduced herself and then did that dumb dance, that's very JoJo Siwa, and it made me laugh. I actually laughed. The only time I laughed out loud was when she did that dumb dance.
Well, see, that's the thing is that there's this trap that you get into where I feel like sometimes with RuPaul, it's not necessarily about the impression of the person. It's how can you extend that person's personality to make RuPaul laugh? Mm-hmm. How can you heighten it? Yeah. And I don't think that made RuPaul laugh.
No, it didn't.
So
I made me laugh.
Anyway, Kenya's been, I will say this, Kenya is a naturally funny person. And she is funny in the confessionals. And she's funny when she's just talking to the girls, in the workroom and stuff. But when it comes time to actually have to be funny, mm-hmm. where like acting challenges or anything, she has flatlined almost every time. Last episode she did better, mm-hmm. but Kenya just hasn't been able to do it. And we've seen that. I mean, there are people who are just naturally funny who go out and try and do stand-up or try and do improv, and they just fall flat on their face. Yeah. Because it's a totally different beast trying to make somebody laugh rather than just being funny.
Yeah. And you don't realize how long Like, even if you're just doing 5 minutes, it can take a long time just to build that first 5 minutes. It's not like, oh, it's just 5 minutes. No, it's longer than you think.
It's long, yeah. And I think Kenya also had the thing, if she's a Lizzo impersonator, she needs to learn how to play the goddamn flute. That's all I have
Or
to
at
say.
least lean into that she can't play the flute.
Yeah.
Because that bit could have been funny that she was Lizzo but couldn't play the flute.
Yeah, like put it on her vagina or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know about that, but yeah.
Mia Starr also fell into that pitfall when she picked Bloody Mary. She didn't think of anything.
Were you excited they were plugging your award-winning podcast?
Yeah. Well, we're not called Bloody Mary Podcast anymore.
What are you called now?
Bloody Podcast.
Oh.
Yeah, I was excited. But no, Mia, I think Mia fell into the same trap. She thought, oh, I can just go out here and just say funny things. And it's a lot harder than people think, you know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, unfortunately,
yeah.
Mia went home. I think I get why they sent her home. I really do. I personally first off, she was the hottest one there. And so, you know, I don't know. I was disappointed by that.
And the final question was the right queen got the chop. You seem to have already answered that question. I think Mia did a better lip sync. However, I think that the Snatch Game was so atrocious that there was no lip sync that she could have done that could have saved her.
You think she did? I thought she didn't do it better. I thought the nail in the coffin was the lip sync.
Oh, really?
Because at least Kenya was trying to do stuff on stage, and Mia was just like.
But you didn't feel Mia got like the 80s vibe really well?
No, not really.
Okay. All right, why don't we do this? Why don't we take a break? And when we come back, we are going to talk about your big takeaway from this episode. We'll be back right after this.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
It always makes me laugh and smile that Lauri could be in the worst mood ever, but when I go to that break, she can't help but go, ooh, 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 ooh. That's not in the track. Yeah. That's Lauri.
I just get into the groove, you know? I'm
like, she like closes her eyes and like she swings back and forth. It's a whole thing.
And I just hug myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, 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 ooh.
Yeah. It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, Lauri, your big takeaway, and then we'll get out of here. Old people should not be on the show.
I've changed my mind.
Yeah.
It's only new. Oh yeah, I'm going with. I'm doing Joe's dating rules.
Yeah.
Nobody over 20.
Yeah.
And so yeah. So no. My thing is, and maybe I'm wrong, but if it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it. Why did they change up the Snatch Game?
Yeah.
That pissed me the fuck off because honestly, in my opinion, we got a very watered down B-level version of what possibly could have been a better show.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Snatch Game has always been a crowd pleaser. People enjoy it. It's just like, do the fucking Snatch Game.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they do this stupid bullshit Love Island crap. And, you know, I don't know.
They do this on All Stars, but the girls know they're doing it on All Stars. They're prepared to do it on All Stars. And they're just a little bit more confident in themselves as contestants on the show. And so it just works better. But to do it to these girls who are just still trying to find their way on the show is really unfair, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it is. It's throwing a curveball.
And especially they were expecting to do the other kind of Snatch Game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's an unnecessary curveball. And I don't know. I don't know. I really was disappointed that happened. I was also disappointed that Rue kept trying to get certain girls to switch up their act. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, we've seen Ange, right? We've seen her be done. But I think Mia Starr could have brought some funniness to it. I think she could have.
You think so?
Now,
Lauri, you think so?
Knows? Who knows? We'll never know.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
the
never
thing.
know.
But also, to be honest with you, I thought Athena's idea of Charlie Chaplin coming out of the closet was funny. And I would have liked to have seen how it played out. I think that, again, like you were saying, I think RuPaul played on their insecurities and was like, I don't know. And if you're new to the show and RuPaul, the person who's judging you, is like, I don't know, you're like, okay, I'm going to change it up, you know?
Well, I have thoughts on this, but I have to save it for recap. I can't do my recap show here, yeah. But I do have thoughts on Athena's choices and the choice she made and whatnot. But yeah, I think the answer was right there in her head, right there in front of her. Honestly, I think even Jane Don't sort of backed me up on that. You know, what I will say is my big takeaway is kind of related, and we know something I've said before, but this goes with the sewing. This goes with the performing. How are you coming to this show and not prepare for Snatch Game? Like, look, I'm sorry. I feel sorry for the people who came thinking they were prepared doing the original Snatch Game. But Juicy, and I'm going to even say Mia, were not fucking prepared at all.
Yeah.
They just weren't prepared at all. And I'm going to say even this half-assed, I'm going to go into this more and recap and real ask your thoughts, but I'm done with the made-up characters. You need to do celebrities.
What Athena's character?
Athena's character. I know Mrs. Claus is technically but that's a character. A random just Pope. That was dumb. It was just Ross Matthews as the Pope. But then a lot of Jesus stuff. I'm wondering if Discord wanted to do Jesus and they said no.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of felt like. It felt like that Discord wrote jokes to be Jesus and they said no. So like, okay, well, I'm just going to be the Pope.
Or maybe a specific Pope. And then they said, no, you can't call out a specific Pope. It has to be a generic Pope.
Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. Because there were a lot of jokes about the 12 apostles and gay and hanging around and this and that. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just disappointing. Yeah, Mia and Juicy. When Juicy was running her stuff by Jane, I was just like, girl. And also part of me was mad at Athena. I was like, you didn't coach her on how to do this? Like, you're an experienced drag queen. You should know, But I think Athena didn't even have her shit together. So, I don't know.
None of them had their shit together. Look, I want to say what it is, but I want to save it for recap, and I want to save it for Alaska Thoughts. I'm not going to say shit.
Do you think maybe that they did have some stuff, but then they were torpedoed, off screen until they couldn't do it? I'm just saying in general.
No, I think Athena's... No, you're making me do it. Okay, all I'm going to say is I think Athena, and this seems very on brand for Athena, I think Athena only wants to look hot and beautiful and sexy, and that's it. and doesn't want to take the risk of looking stupid, because I think the answer was right there in front of her,
Which was what?
Not getting into it. You got to listen to recap, and it'll come up on Rulaska Thoughts too, which is on the public feed.
Okay.
But you got to lean into that. So anyway, I gave my big takeaway. I think we've covered that stuff though before, so we know, but it was very like, girl, but I agree with you. You had a really good big takeaway. That was unfair for the producers to do that to them. And then I'm sure they're like, I wonder why it was so bad. I'm like, it was bad because you threw the curveball. It's hard to say. Yeah. You can tell RuPaul was pissed that it was bad.
And also, it wasn't like, I know that maybe they didn't think it was that much of a curveball, but it really is.
Yeah.
Like the way that the format is, it's a completely different format, and the questions were different, and it's just, I don't know. I just felt like when they said that, you could just see the fear and all the.
Yes.
Honestly, to me, what I would have done if I was RuPaul, I would have been like, "We're doing Love Island, Snatch Game," and then I would have looked at the fear in these drag queens' eyes, and I would have said, "Okay, we're not doing Love Island." Snatch Game, we're gonna do the regular format. I would have been like, hey Diego, mark this spot, we're gonna edit this out. We're gonna go to the regular format.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get why they felt they needed to do it. It befuddles me, really. And Mia Starr's was so bad. I mean, it was so bad.
It might be one of the worst ones ever because it wasn't even funny. It was just. It
wasn't funny, and you could just tell she just didn't know what to say.
Yeah, RuPaul was literally handing her jokes, like, "What's your type?" and he was saying the joke.
RuPaul was telling her what to say at certain points. Like, you should say this instead.
Yeah. All right, well, that's going to do it for this week's episode of The Big Takeaway. Be sure to join us next week as Lauri and I continue to give our gut reactions, first responses, and initial impressions of each brand new episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18. So for Lauri and Kay Roggenkamp and myself,
I put my Gucci on, and then I brush my hair, and then I go out into...
Thank you for listening to Drag Race Recap, part of the Afterthought Media Network. If you loved this episode, be sure to follow the show wherever you get your podcasts and leave us a 5-star rating and review. It really helps us grow. For bonus episodes, early releases, and exclusive content, join us at patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia. Special thanks to these expensive tier Patreon supporters: Supernova Ghoul, Braxton Cahill, Polly Amory, Graham Crackers, Little Delicious, Mike Yeager, Efren Barboza, Philskit Pony, Scott Dreyer, Myra FG, Emily Tully, Travi Cosmos, Tom Baum, Jackie Chirinos, Mary Shine, Lucy Carrasco, Astute Girl, Dave, Alona, Runner Brandon, Humble Pie, E. Smith, J. Thomas Plank, Nikki Pettit, Trots Away, Doofus Maximus, Annekins, Kathy Zender, Nikki Baker, Peter, Derek Byers, Clinton Williamson, Coco San Pedro, Poppy Woods, Jazzy Ray, Lauren Eckert, Brad Coley, Katie Whitmire, A.J. Norris, and Sarah Yu. Drag Race Recap is an Afterthought Media podcast.
Every act of change begins with a neighbor, with someone saying,
"We take care of each other here."
In food banks and food pantries, neighbors pack fresh food and dignity into every box, moving food from farms to families through Feeding America's nationwide network. So when that box reaches a home, it carries more than food. It carries a promise that together we can end hunger. Feeding America, led by neighbors. Give now to end hunger at feedingamerica.org.